Hey, good afternoon. Mike stole a little bit of my thunder, but let me do a little administrative work for you first. This is who we are. This is HCSC. That's Healthcare Service Corporation. We are not HSBC, that's a bank, and I don't work at a bank. So I work at a healthcare company, and this is us. We are Blue Cross Blue Shield. We are a mutual reserve company, and we operate in 5 of the states, Illinois and Texas being our primary states that we operate in. 15 million members. We are the largest customer-owned health insurer in the United States, and we are the 4th largest health insurer overall. So pretty big size, and we're an 80-year-old company. So I want to take you guys back in time a little bit, and let's go to 1977. In 1977, Jimmy Carter is brought into office in January and takes the seat as the 39th president. Saturday Night Fever is taking over the world, and everybody is going crazy. A New Hope Star Wars is released, and that starts the mega movie scene from them. And Happy Days comes on. And so Happy Days is a sitcom series. In 77, they enter their 2nd year, and their 2nd year consecutively of being the #1 TV show in America. Every show that they release is rated #1 and has more viewers than any other show on television. They are on fire, and they can do nothing wrong until this happens. Henry Winkler, water skiing in a black leather jacket, jumping over a shark. How does 50s nostalgia turn into Henry Winkler water skiing in a leather jacket? I have no clue how that happens. But the idiom, jumping the shark, is created from this. They had too much of a good thing, and they let it get to their head. So let me fast forward to November of 2017, 40 years later. This is Terminal 3 at O'Hare. All of you have been there, I'm sure, if you live in the Chicagoland area. And I'm walking down this terminal it's end of November. I'm going to a conference. I remember this. Walking down the terminal, and if you've ever been here, along both sides of this terminal are just billboards, placards, super expensive advertising. And at the very end of the terminal, it forks into 2 different wings. And there's this massive digital board that people advertise on. And the entire route all the way down and at that digital board is digital transformation. Every single company in the world you could ever imagine is talking about digital transformation, and they are going to help you do it. And I thought, holy cow, I think we just jumped the shark. So at the end of 2017, I'm starting to get a little fatigued out of hearing the words digital transformation. So at the company I work at HCSC, in the end of 2017, we're now ending our 3rd year of our transformation. So we have some pretty serious time under our belts. But it's at this time that I start to realize, like, we truly did jump the shark. I think back, I got a package in the mail at work. Everybody loves getting packages, right? So I'm at work, I get this package, the mail guy says, hey, come down and get your package. I go down there, I rip this thing open. It's a map, a compass, and a magnifying glass. And it says, you're lost, we're ready to help you get found on your digital journey for your transformation. I think we still have the compass somewhere in our office. We play with it all the time. And another company sent me another package. They sent me 4 skateboard wheels. No skateboard, just the wheels, and said, we're ready to get you going faster on your digital transformation journey. Hop on with us, and we'll send you the skateboard. Okay. I got an email the other day. It said, you need help transforming your digital fax business. Work with us, and we'll transform your fax business. I got another email that said, you're doing PDFs wrong. We'll digitally transform your PDFs. I have no idea where these people are coming up with this stuff. Right? It's just totally lost. So we have officially jumped the shark on transformation. That's where I'm at. So HCSC, like I said, we're about 3 years into our journey. When we first started, all transformations really have to have some sort of purpose or cause to them. And this slide here we put together at HCSC, and this was kind of our North Star that we marched against. Everybody has to have a purpose and a cause, and this was it for us. This was our case for change. Why do we need to change as an organization? Look, things start very idealistic like this. And so this for us was idealism. And this also happened. Not sure if people understand what this is, so let me walk you through that. NPS, this is the Net Promoter Score. In case you don't know what a Net Promoter Score is, it ranges on a scale from -100 to a +100. It's used as a proxy for gauging customers' overall satisfaction with your company's products or services. So in IT, we would do these NPS surveys with our business. So in 2016, we had a -80. The scale only goes to a -100. This is probably one of the worst NPS scores you could ever get. This is also a case for change. That is a horrible NPS score to have, and that is a very scary NPS score to have. But then we start to go down this transformation. 2017, we have a -34, and obviously we're working towards that. You can see some other competitors of ours that are in this NPS slide, and you can also see some other companies that have pretty good customer satisfaction as well. So this, along with all those other things, is case for change for us. Okay, so we begin. So we actually started working with Pivotal Labs, and we started to do some of these things. We needed to learn how to do software in a new way, write software in a new way, and actually behave in a new way. So in my mind, these are the 4 pillars that you need to be doing inside of digital transformation, and this is for cloud native work. So we're doing DevOps, we're doing continuous delivery, we're doing microservices, and we're doing containers. And we start to do these things. So we're building 12-factor apps. We're getting really good at this stuff. And we're at labs having a lot of success, and then this thing happens. We take our mobile app over to Pivotal Labs, and we start to write it with them. And our old version took us 14 months. The version we have at Labs is 14 weeks. We do one more release after that, and it's 14 days. And we start to see this cadence happen over, and over. And it's 14 months. It's months to weeks to days. And we see this pattern happen over and over for us. So we figure out that this stuff really works, and we're starting to get good results from it. So you take these cloud native principles, you take 12-factor apps, and you get satisfaction out of it. So remember that -80 Net Promoter Score that I told you about? So as we're going down this journey and we're seeing these things of success come out and the mobile app come out, like I said, -80 is a horrible NPS to have. And so at about this time, I get a call from our head of national accounts, and we are up for bid on an account that we actually lost. So at Blue Cross, obviously large customers go out for RFP for new insurers, things like that. We'd actually lost one of our largest accounts in the state of Texas a few years ago. And some of the feedback we got was, you're tough to do business with. IT seems incompetent. How would a customer actually know some of this stuff? But they did. And we knew that we had a case for change, and that's why we had to transform. And so I get this phone call from our head of national accounts, and he says, hey, we're up for bid again on that account that we lost. You guys have transformed pretty far in IT. I would like to have you guys at a seat at the table and help us through this RFP and pitch day for that customer back again. We are starting to move from a transformation that was idealistic to a transformation that is pragmatic. We are driving business value and outcomes out of a transformation. It's not just about writing better software anymore, and it's not just about lower defects, operations are at 100%, things like that. We're starting to get business value out of a transformation, and you have to move towards things like that. But transformation isn't just about a tool or a product or a cloud or something like that. You run into problems like this. So we've transformed as an organization, but then all of a sudden we don't know how to hire these people. We improved the tech stack that we have, and we've improved the way that we work, but we don't know how to find the employees that work this way. how does an employee actually know to go to bcbsil.com and apply for a job in my organization? Nobody actually knows that we're doing any of this work. How do we compete for people that are applying for jobs at Google or Amazon, and how do we do these people at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois? So we start to have this transformation take, and it morphs into more than just IT. It is now every part of our business that is transforming in this sense. And so, we've seen examples like this. When we first started, even before our transformation, true story here, I'm leading a team of developers. I have an opening on my team, and I work with HR and post the job. And I contact the guy from HR 2 weeks after it posted. I said, hey, how many people have applied? Let's go through some resumes. And he said, nobody applied, Mark. I said, okay. So they posted again, and we get a single candidate that applied. And so I said, hey, we have to bring this candidate in. He's the only person that applied. So we bring the candidate in, and he's interviewing with all of my team members. At the end of the interview, I'm going to wrap up for the day, and I'm going to have a final conversation with him. But as he's going through the rounds, my team is texting me, great candidate, make this guy an offer, really strong. And the feedback I'm getting, text messages all through the day. And so I wind up closing the interview at the end of the day with the candidate, and he's in my office at that time, and he says, I asked him, hey, do you have any questions for me? You just did an entire day here with my team. I want you to ask me questions because I would like to answer them for you. So the candidate says, yeah, I have some questions for you. He said, well, hypothetically, if I get this job here, where would I sit? And I said, well, right outside my office there, there's a row of cubes, and that empty cube right out there, you'd sit in that cube. He said, okay. And he said, well, I have another question. If hypothetically I get this job, what would I wear if I came to work today? And I said, well, it's kind of like me, business casual. Every once in a while, you'll wear a tie to work and things like that. And he said, okay. And he said, you know what, I don't want to waste any more of your time. I've already taken enough of your team's time. I'm not interested in this job. And he got up and walked away. And I was like, wow, we only had one candidate that applied for this job. The guy was really good, and he just walked away because I told him he was going to go sit in a cube and wear khakis and a button down every day of his life. And so transformation, as you can see, is obviously more than just a tool or a platform or a cloud. You need to think about how you are doing business all around. I'm happy to say that we have moved way past that. We've destroyed floors in our building downtown Chicago here. We have a very modern work environment now. We don't really have a dress code per se anymore, so we've definitely transformed, but transformation takes so many different faces than just IT. And also, on the course of your transformation, you have to be able to celebrate the milestones. So like I said, we started to do continuous delivery. And so one thing was we have these platforms that we deliver upon, and we go to production, and we have 0 downtime deployments. We deploy to a cloud. We have an entire pipeline that you push a button and you can make it all the way to production. And so we wanted a way to celebrate how that happened in the office. And so just a few weeks ago, we decided to buy some hockey goal lights, and we put them up in the office. So anytime somebody goes to production during the middle of the day, like 2:20 on a Thursday afternoon, you get to hit the plunger, sound the sirens, you went to production. Right? These are things that are really important as an organization. You worked really hard to transform to get these capabilities. Celebrate them, and celebrate them loud and over and over. Make people notice what you have just done. Remember, you've just gone from something idealistic, and you need to become pragmatic at it. And so the other thing with transformation for us, it starts to morph into, we know that we're doing things right when something like this happens. And let me walk you through this. This is Affordability Cures. This is, at the end of last year, there was tax reform that happened in the United States. We at HCSC, obviously many corporations had a windfall of money. A lot of corporations gave that money back to their employees. our CEO decided we're not giving that money to employees, we're putting that money into the marketplace to help solve the healthcare problem. This is a company-wide endeavor that's going on at HCSC, and we are dedicating $1.5 billion over the next 3 years towards solving the healthcare problems inside the United States. Now, inside Affordability Cures, this effort has 5 major topics to it, one of those I'm very proud of, and that is for digital and data. And so we're using our digital systems and data and analytics to drive better outcomes for our members and for our groups that we have. So transformation, you can see, if you're not successful at it, you don't get opportunities like this from your CEO of Affordability Cures. If you have a negative 80 net promoter score, you don't have opportunities like Affordability Cures anymore. But when you have successful transformations happening at your organization, that's when your CEO takes notice and says, I'm really proud of what our IT organization has and what they've become, and we can do things like this, like Affordability Cures. Transformation is a long and arduous road. It is very difficult. Our CIO, Steve, the other day at our all hands, he made the announcement that we are officially at the end of our beginning of transformation. And I kind of laughed at that. Like, nobody really finishes a transformation, right? So we've come to realize that nobody truly becomes transformed. Just like in an organization, you never have the opportunity in your business to hit the pause button and just wait and take a breather. You're either moving forward or you're moving backwards. There are no opportunities in business to kind of hit the pause button, because when you hit the pause button and stop, your competitors just move right past you and you move backwards. So for us, this road is long, and so if I could leave you with something, it's this transformation. It's a long road. It is very hard, and it never ends. So don't expect this road to end for you. Think of your transformation that goes on forever. You're going to go through fatigue. Just buckle up and get through that. This is a road that never ends. But when you do it successfully, opportunities like this, like Affordability Cures, winning back new customers, those things start to happen for you. Again, you have to have a transformation, and there has to be a why and a purpose to that transformation. So, thank you very much.